The F chord, it strikes fear into the hearts of beginners and not so beginner guitarists. But in this lesson, I'm going to show you 6 different options when learning how to play this important chord. Welcome back to Relax and Learn Guitar. I'm Kevin. I'm excited to show you this lesson today so you can start learning this F chord and finally mastering it and no longer dreading it. Let's get started. So the first option I'm going to show you is not actually a bar chord. We're going to kind of work our way up. So when you see the F chord in tablature or in songs that you want to learn and you think, not going to happen, I'm going to avoid that one, work through it. So this is the first option. You can play an open chord. It's an F major 7 chord, but you're going to fret the 2nd string 1st fret with your index finger. Your middle finger is going to fret the 3rd string 2nd fret. And your ring finger is going to fret on the 4th string 3rd fret. Now, playing those 3 notes can get by with counting as an F chord. You play the high E open, then you kind of start getting a little out of that realm, so I'd focus on these 3 strings. Now the second option, we're going to have, that's kind of like the 3-finger option. Second option is going to be 4 fingers. We're going to leave these strings fretted, but you're going to pick up your ring finger. You're going to move it to the 5th string 2nd fret, and then you're going to use your pinky finger to fret that 4th string 3rd fret. So that's going to give us a little more low end. And again, one thing you can do here is mute that high E string, and you can do that by just letting the fat part of your finger rest against that high string, that high E 1st string. Don't fret it, don't press down, just let it rest against it so you get this instead of this. So you have this kind of thing going on with this being muted. It's a good beginner option there. Now what I call the kind of Neil Young way is you're still using this shape. We're going to mute that high E string with our index finger. We're also going to mute the 6th string with our thumb. So your thumb's going to rest, here on the neck, and the thumb's going to just touch the 6th string. Don't push down on it, just touch it to mute it. The reason I like this, especially for beginners, is you don't have to worry about what strings you're strumming. You can just strum all 6. Because we're muting the high and the low E, and it's a great option. So that's
Joe, the first one that in our membership to master that?
He's the most recent one for sure. Yeah, I love it when members send us emails or messages. I got it. I finally got it. Because believe me, it's kind of like riding a bike. Like if one of these days, like the training wheels aren't on there, and you just do it, and it's awesome. So yeah, true. Way to go, Joe.
Yeah.
So
there's a couple of them.
Yeah, he's the most recent. So really good first option, or beginner option there, using that high E and low E string. The other thing you can do is you can go ahead and fret this 1st string on the 1st fret by barring strings 1 and 2. So we're going to leave this shape, this E shape, is what ironically, the F chord is built around. So this is an E shape here. But if you go ahead and bar those first 2 strings, then you can add in that high end as well. And that's also a good one. It's kind of the 4-finger G with a mini bar. Man, if I just, I gotta write some of this stuff down. 4-finger G mini bar. So when you start moving that chord shape around, and you start playing F, G's, and A's, it's really important to know the notes on the fretboard, especially strings 6 and 5. If you'd like to get a much more involved lesson with that, Vicki will leave a link up here for you to check out. In that lesson, I show the fretboard notes, but do that after you finish this lesson. And then last but not least, we got the full-on bar chord. And this is when you've kind of progressed from maybe just barring those first 2 strings with that, E shape in front, where you're graduating it to barring all the strings on that 1st fret. Now, as you know, where you really need to put the most pressure, because these are notes that are going to ring out from this chord shape. The most pressure is going to be keeping the 6th string fretted on the 1st fret, which is the actual F note. The reason the F chord sounds much better that way, or fuller that way, is you get the whole range. You get that nice, low, deep range. And then, just work at it, stick with it. Eventually it's gonna click, like I said, and then your finger, kind of this part of your index finger, will also be able to hold down strings 1 and 2 on that first fret, while you're also concentrating on that 6th string on the 1st fret. So quick review, if we're kind of going in order here, I do F major 7, I do the 4, that's kind of the 3 finger. The 4 finger G, we're gonna add in our our ring finger here on the 5th string 3rd fret, and our pinky on the 4th string 3rd fret. And that would be strumming just strings 5, 4, 3, and 2. And then you can also, option number 3 is you can mute that high E string with your index finger. And that way you can strum just all those strings down. Then we have the option to also then mute the 6th string with our thumb for that kind of Neil Young style, and then you can strum all 6 strings. Or you can kind of not worry about that 6th string and you bar strings 1 and 2. That's a good option to start moving things around. And then end with the full-on bar chord. So you guys got this. The most important part is to stick with it. Don't give up. Keep kind of working through these progressions to work your way up to that full-on bar chord. I've also got another lesson you can check out right here on an easier way to learn bar chords. It's actually another option where I talk in detail about power chords, which is another great option kind of in place of or along with bar chords. So check that out. As always, Vicky and Maggie and I very much appreciate your support here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. And remember, you're never too old to learn.